Hey, I'm in a really interesting place just outside of Miamisburg, Ohio. I'm on Farmington Road, and you've got Norfolk Southern tracks here on the left, 2 of them, and 1 CSX track on the right. Well, if you can see that signal right there, it just went to green on top. Let's zoom in. We've got an office car special coming through. It's going to have 2 heritage locomotives. It's going to be led by the Southern, and it's going to have the Wabash as the second locomotive on the train. Coming from that way right there. They are westbound, headed to Guest Street Yard in Cincinnati. This will be pretty awesome. Just outside of Miamisburg. Check out this view of the crossing here. Is this awesome or what? And you got the power plant way over there. See that? There's the old power plant. And here comes the train. There she goes. I wish that tree wasn't in the way there. All right. Woo, it's hot out here. 91 degrees. And I waited a couple hours for that one, but it was worth it. Great shot at this crossing. I wonder what all these people thought about that. They just probably thought that was some kind of passenger train. But like I said, there's the old power plant right over there. Different look at it. All right, when I was leaving, check this out. We got a CSX train coming. Woo! Gotta run up here. Darn. About left too soon. Only 1 engine for all that? Wow. I've seen a couple trains here today with only one CSX locomotive pulling huge stuff. Are they underpowered or something? They need more power? Wow, that was pretty amazing. There, the light already went off. See that? That block signal already went off. Well, I almost messed that one up, but I didn't. I got it. It's what happened. I heard on my scanner, I heard in the train device, and I heard the train, I couldn't tell what you said because they're just kind of scratchy. Well, then I thought I'm gonna get them at a different spot. So I started driving across through here and I saw that signal over there on green. So I was thinking, uh-oh, cutting it too close. So I stopped right down there. There's a little pull off just down this way. You'll see my truck. So I pulled it off over there, ran up here as quick as I could, and the train was already there. So I almost messed up on that one. See, I parked down there. Whew. Once that signal comes on for the CSX, you've got like 1 or 2 minutes and that's it, and it's there. Then right after it goes by, the signal goes back off again. Some kind of block signal. I'm not an expert on signals, so I don't know. I mean, once it gets out of the block, it just automatically goes off. Well, thanks for watching. That was pretty cool. All right, so I changed locations and we got a CSX train coming right now. Now where I'm at here, that's Norfolk Southern tracks up there. There's a whole bunch of railroad ties. This is kind of blocking the view for a Norfolk Southern westbound train. But right here, CSX crossing on this little gravel road. And they should be here anytime, because I heard them go past the defect detector, which is only a mile or so away. And I heard a defect detector go off for this line, I'm pretty sure, for Norfolk Southern. So we might have an eastbound over there and a southbound over here. So let's see what happens, which one gets here first. Well, guess what? The Norfolk Southern train is going to beat the CSX train, it looks like. There's your better view of the power plant. From up here anyway. And way down there comes the train. It's on the second track over. So I'll let it get a little bit closer. All right, here it comes. I know there's a CSX train coming too, so I might be between two of them. If that happens, I don't know. I'll probably cut over to the CSX train. At least see what it is. They're booking. what should I have done? How should I have filmed that one there? That was really cool. I kind of wish that they were like a minute or so apart, but I'm not sure how I should have filmed that one. That was really cool though. I stood right between two trains. So the CSX train is headed towards Queensgate Yard, and the other train is headed towards Columbus, Dayton and Columbus. That was awesome. Thanks for watching. These poor old coal tracks here will never get a train here again. The switch down at that end down there is gone. It's been gone for years, and the one down at this end, I'm not sure if the switch is still tied in. I think it is. But the tracks are in terrible shape. Let's see. You can see the rail right there. Look at that. There's some markings on the rail. Open hearth method. That's what OH stands for. 122 pounds per yard. Rolled by Inland USA. 1929. Count the dashes for the month. Look at that. 1929. And it goes down there and dead ends right before it gets to the road. All right, you talked me into getting a closer view of the power plant. There it is. Look at that. It's most of the way down. I thought somebody said that they were going to save part of this and use it with the new development. Maybe just on the left. I don't know. There's not much left. They've been tearing this thing down for a few years now. Look at that. If they ever knock that water tower down, I'd like to come over here and see that. I filmed a skyscraper being taken down in Frankfort, Kentucky about 10 years or so ago. That was really cool. I forget how many flights it was, but it was a huge building and they imploded it. And I filmed it and I actually got on TV for that. The news media interviewed me there. So I was on TV for Lexington and Louisville stations. Well, there's your power plant, and the railroad tracks are way over that way on the other side of the road. I've had a few people asking about this, and there's your update. Here's another look at the power plant. Right here, this is where the railroad track used to cross the road to go into the plant. Tracks cross the road right there. There's some kind of a crossing guard shanty, and there's a red light on the pole right there. See that? That would flash whenever the trains would be crossing the road, bringing coal cars in here. The plant had its own little General Electric center cab switcher, and here's where the track came through. Went right through here, that little trail, and then it tied into those sidings that I filmed up there by the main line. So there it is. I like that little red flashing light on the pole right there. Okay, right here is where the railroad crossed the road, right through that gate, and here's that little flashing light. Cool. Historic stuff right there, still there. Wonder how long that's going to last. There you go. And there's the power plant way over there. Thanks for watching. Hey, I'm in downtown Carlisle, Ohio. Population 5,501. And we got a couple trains coming right now. We got a southbound and a northbound train coming. The signal down there looks like it's for a diverging approach for a southbound to take the siding. And there is a northbound train on the main line right down that way. You might be able to see it. Since the last time I came here, it's changed a little bit. There's a new storage unit built right there. I wasn't there last time I was here. This one was there. And the train's gonna be coming from that way, right there. It's gonna be a southbound coming in, headed towards Queensgate Yard in Cincinnati. All right, here we go. Got the southbound coming first. I just got gas over there 5 minutes ago at that gas station, and I got a couple slices of pizza. 1987, that's ethanol. This train's loaded. You can check the springs, you can see how much they're squatting. They're compressed pretty good. There's a spacer car. There you go, you got a spacer car on both ends. It separates the locomotive from the hazardous contents. And the other train is sitting right down there. It's going to be coming this way as soon as that one clears. You can see it just to the right. All right, we'll give it a few minutes, and when they get up this way, we'll start filming them again. Cool stuff, 2 trains. But wait, there's more. There always is. We got the other train coming. Here comes the northbound. They've already blown the horn a couple times. I mean, it was just 1 minute after the other train passed. They blew the horn, they're already moving. So that switch had to have changed just immediately. Just barely creeping. Let's give them a minute. All right, there you go. And it felt pretty good with the breeze coming off that train because it's 92 degrees right now and really humid out here. All right, not sure what else I'm gonna get into today. Thanks for watching my videos, everyone. If you got time, check out another video because every view really helps my channel. And we got the live action pets and the slideshow coming up. All right, see you later. All right, here's the live action pets. Woo! Look at that, jumping up. Look at that, how's he do that? It goes aerial. Anyways, I've got some new treats for them. These are some kind of jerky cuts. Wow, he almost got that. There's Brandy over there. We gotta get one there. All right, everybody gets one. Here, first you. There you go. Wow, look at that. Brandy. And now Chesty. There you go. Did you already eat yours? How did you eat that so quick? They love that stuff. It's a hit. I just bought that last night at Kroger's. It was $17 for a bag, but they had it half off. So I got a good deal on it. Wow, they ate that in seconds. That was pretty amazing. You like that, Brandy? So there's the live action pets doing their thing. Yep. How's it going, Brandy? What you doing? Gotta watch your step around here. Why do they gotta do that when I film them? Good animals though. Now they want to go and run around by the pond. And there's some ducks just coming across the field right there. Which way are they going? They coming or going? I'm not really sure. I don't think they know. The pond's right over here. And I had people asking, yeah, I did stock it. I stocked it a long time ago. I had this pond dug in the late 90s. Somewhere around 98, 99, I'm not sure. I moved here, got this farm in 1994. And I put bass in it, bluegill. I got grass carp to keep the weeds down. I forgot what other kind of fish I got in there. But the last time I fished in it was a couple years ago. The kids wanted to fish. So I got a fishing pole with a hook. Didn't even put any bait on it. Dropped it in the water and immediately I got a hit. Got a bluegill on it. Yeah, so he wants to go out there and play. So does she. All right, well, that's pretty much what's going on with the live action pets today. hooking.